8:12 right now. Debt settlement scammers promise to help you get out from underneath unbearable debt. In one of the very first investigations under the new Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the government recently busted some of those crooks who defrauded thousands of people. Here with everything you need to know to protect yourself is Fox 29's common sense lawyer, Shari Olefson. Shari, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, John.
Boy, this just really gets the hair on the back of my neck standing
they're
up.
going after people who are already down on their luck.
Absolutely.
It's just not right.
Who are these bad guys? What did they do?
Well, in this particular case, it was a company called Mission Settlement Agency. So anyone who heard from them, if they want to give us a call, that would be great. Okay. But these guys were calling people across the country, promising them to reduce their debt by over 50% if they put money in escrow with them. And then, of course, the writing's on the wall there. They kept the money in escrow, and these poor folks were out of money.
And there's so many people in that situation that it's easy to want to believe in somebody like this.
Exactly. They know what you want to hear. And the thing is, you're worried about the collection companies, because there's two sides to this that folks have to be careful of. One is the collection firms that are out there. Some of them are legitimate, but some of them are scammers. And then the other are these debt settlement helpers that are supposed to be on your side. All
right, so what are the rules that people need to be aware of?
Well, under the new FTC rules, there are some telemarketing rules that apply to these guys that are supposed to be helping you. So, for example, and this only applies to folks who do business by phone in multiple states, but they have to give you everything in writing, and they're not allowed to collect upfront fees. They've got to tell you the negative consequences of not paying your debt and their results and all the terms of their agreement. On the collection agency side, and those are the folks that call you for the money, there's four major rules I want everyone to be aware of. The first is the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. That's the one we were talking about before that doesn't allow them to call you after hours and harass you, that kind of thing. The second is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. That's the one that says if you report that you think that this may not be your debt or something's wrong right away, they can't put it on your credit report. The other is the statute of limitation, which says in Florida, for example, 5 years, your debt has to go away. And then the last is the Truth in Lending Act. It says that when you incur the debt originally, you have to be given certain disclosures. But John, those could help folks, because if any of those are violated, you may be able to negotiate down your debt with leverage from those.
Boy, that would help a lot. What else can people do to protect themselves against debt settlement scams like the one that the government just busted?
Right. Well, the main thing is to make sure that you get everything in writing, John, because even if they're not legitimate, they could call you or I even if we don't really owe this debt. So you want to keep good records, and always keep records of the agreements, your credit card agreements, those kind of things when you're entering debt. Don't give information over the phone, because one of the things these scammers are doing for folks who don't owe debt is to try to get your information to do an identity theft scam, right? Ask for proof of everything, who they are, what the debt is, that they represent these people, and most importantly, don't accept phone calls. It's not hard to find an accredited company that can help you if you need help. The scammers tend to be the ones calling you aggressively. You can go to justice.gov and find a list of accredited companies. They'll also give you information about the upfront fees and what type of things you want to get in writing. And if you are scammed, go to ftc.gov, fbi.gov, or bbb.org, which is the Better Business Bureau, and report those scams.
And don't call us, we'll call you.
Right. I mean,
like
that's,
that.
you know, if they're calling you, chances are they're a scammer.
That's a good rule of thumb. Shari, thank you for being here. We'll see you back here again next week.
You got it.
Let's go back to the anchor desk.